Okay, so the best way apart from these is to also create your lead magnet. Okay, so what is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is basically a download that people can consume quickly, and helps them to solve a problem that, to an extent your bigger product or service actually solves in a bigger way. Okay, so they can consume it very quickly, and it addresses a very specific but important problem. Say, for example, you are a chiropractor and basically you're targeting people with a neck problem. Okay, you can have a report that says maybe 3 exercises you can do right now to help alleviate your neck pain, right? Of course, that won't solve the problem because they still have to come to you, but they can download this free report and they can do that exercise and they feel maybe, 30% relieved, right? But the other 70%, they still need to come to you. Okay, so it helps solve the problem to an extent, and it needs to help solve a very specific problem. Many people make the mistake of trying to help solve all their problems and creating this freaking huge ebook. Problem is, you want people to actually consume the lead magnet as well. You don't just want them to just sign up and then not download it and consume it, because by consuming it, the chances of them moving to the next step of becoming your customer becomes much more higher than. So okay, everybody, you know what a lead magnet is right now? So it's a free download, okay, that it can be a free report, it can be a checklist, it can be a short video course, it can come in the format of a challenge, right? A 3-day challenge or something like that, okay? So something that's really quick, okay? I don't suggest 3-day challenge is a good lead magnet because that's a bit too much, but some people have used it and that kind of works as well. Yeah, so it's basically a freebie that people can download and consume immediately, okay? That solves a very specific problem. And in exchange, you get their email address, right? So you're building your email list. So you're giving away this free report, they sign up, and now you got their email list and you give them this free report.
If you like this video, please like, share, comment, and if you got any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks.
Okay, so let's move on to the next slide. Okay, so how do you come up with your lead magnet, your free download? Okay, a lot of people just say, okay, let's put something together and slap it together and we have a free download. All right, but that's not gonna work. What I suggest is, first of all, to use something like, say, Google. Let's say we want to talk about building muscle, all right? So let's say building muscle. This is a very basic form, okay, right? So, okay, what are people looking for when you're talking about building muscle? Okay, people also ask, how can you gain muscle fast? So you can create a report of how you can gain muscle fast as a report, right? How long does it take to build muscle? So that also can be created as a report. Diet to gain muscle, right? What should I eat to build muscle? Is it good to build muscle, right? So all these, and check out some of the top ranking articles here. Okay, so proven ways to build muscle fast, right? So how can I build muscle naturally? What kind of exercises to do? So all these, when you type into Google, you can get some ideas of what people are searching for, okay? So that's a very, very simple, easy step, okay? Then the other one is BuzzSumo. Okay, this used to give more information, but now they really restrict it. But let's call it, say, using that build muscle thing again. So what BuzzSumo does is it will give you the amount of social sharing, okay? So say, for example, here, how to lift weights to build muscle. So you can see how many people on Facebook actually engage with this topic, right? And then here, fitness workout for beginners. Okay, you had 12,000 Pinterest shares. So the 3 best workout routines, we had also 10,000 Facebook shares. So this will give you an idea of what are the hot topics within your niche. So BuzzSumo, that's the second place I would research into. Then the third place I would research into is Answer the Public. So let's use Building Muscle again. Okay, so this website here is basically will give you what kind of a lot of ideas around your key topic. Like, for example, we have like how to build muscle fast. When building muscle, how much water should I drink? How much cardio should I do? How to reduce fat? What builds muscle? So all these will give you topic ideas as well as to what you can create for your lead magnet. Okay, can building muscle reduce loose skin? So all these are various topics that you can maybe find a niche within there that is also suitable for your report. Okay, this can give you the idea for your report itself. Okay, so those are the free ones. And then let me just quickly show you paid. I have the subscription to what is called LSI Graph, and this one you can actually select by country, right? So say we can select Malaysia, and we say building muscle. So what this gives you is the number of times people search a particular keyword in your country or in the whole world. All right. So usually I use USA because there's more search volume there to get a better idea. Okay. So in Malaysia, every month, for example, there is 320 people searching for building muscle, right? That's the keyword they're searching for. And the other thing is about this is that it also gives you the topics and articles that have a lot of social shares here. So here I can know like, okay, how to build muscle and size, there's only 2 shares, right? Whereas this one, 9 kilo ways to gain muscle naturally, there's 3,000 plus shares. How to build strength, right? There's on New York Times, there's 5,000 plus shares. So this will give me a good idea of what report or lead magnet I can create that is attractive for people who are interested in my topic. So based on number of searches, based on the social shares. So, just using these 4 tools, and this LSI graph costs something like $17 a month. So it's not too expensive, but it can give you a lot of information as to what is worthwhile out there. And if you want me to do a quick search for you, just go to the Facebook group and just type in your keyword, and I can do this search and give you the report. So this can probably help you out as well. Okay, all right, so I just want to show you some examples so that you guys are on the right track with your lead magnet creation. Okay, so this one here, I have listed it as a bad example. Okay, why? Because first of all, this is like looks like a whole thick book, ebook on how to create this thing, right? First of all, it's complicated. It doesn't address a problem, and maybe it's trying to address too many problems by giving out too much information. So don't give out too much information in your lead magnet, because people are not going to consume it. And if people don't consume it, they're not going to move to the next step with you. Okay. So another bad example here. Okay, marketing wants proposals that look fabulous, sales wants fast, and they need it yesterday. Tips and best practices. Okay, state of proposals 2020. Holy cow, man, that freaks me out. Just the title already freaks me out. I don't want to read it already, right? Don't make it like so formal, like a white paper, that kind of stuff, unless you're a huge corporate, right? But these ones, they are not suitable for most SMEs. Okay, these ones will just freak people out. Okay, this is a bad example. Do not follow it. And it looks like, once again, it's like, yeah, really, really thick and scary. You don't want to scare people. Keep it simple. All right, this is a good one. Okay, right. Download a free ebook and learn why messenger marketing is the next big thing in e-commerce. Okay, although it's ebook, it sounds like it's addressing a very specific problem. Okay, so, and that problem is people in e-commerce that are looking for new ways to generate customers. This sounds like a pretty good thing to download. Okay, so that's why you can see here, out of 40 what you call reactions, you had 10 shares. So that to me indicates that people are liking it a lot, right? When you have a 4-to-1 ratio, that means it's a really good what you call that sharing ratio, right? People are sharing it, means it's good. Another example by Jack Canfield, the author of Chicken Soup, I think, Chicken Soup for the Soul, is 21 ways to make your vision board more powerful. Get the checklist. So this is a checklist, okay? So it's 21 points to tick, and maybe you can just print it out and upload, basically use it straight away, okay? So it's nice and simple, and it's very, it solves a specific problem, just a vision board, right? So it's not saying, okay, how to, achieve all your goals and all that kind of stuff, right? So it's very specific. And you can see here, once again, 1,500 shares and 6.4 thousand reactions. Okay, this is one of ours. Okay, so we wrote basically created this thing where we kind of like how to create and scale winning ads. Okay. So scale your ads and get more customers. And we talk at first to the pains of people that we know are struggling with Facebook ads. And then we basically have this free report they can download, and it's like just a few pages, and people can consume it pretty quickly. I think we gave about 6 or 7 steps that people can actually, scale their ads with. Fairly straightforward and fairly simple.
If you like this video, please like, share, comment. And if you've got any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks.